Friends, we have news.
We have great news.
But mostly only if you live in Central Texas, so sorry to those of you who don't live here.
If you live in Central Texas or really love us.
Yeah, enough to buy a flight here Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
But we are doing our first ever live show.
Yeah.
Live recording.
I know. Yeah. I'm going to wrap my head around that later a little bit.
So if you live in Texas, if you live in Central Texas, please come.
Please come.
I hope there are people in the room, but here are the details. So it's a part of the Fae Ball, which is an event that goes all over the place. It is a part of GalaxyCon, which does a lot of nerdy cons, and this one looks super nerdy. There's a high tea.
Yes.
There's some kind of dance lessons.
Yes.
Quadrille, which I totally know what that is.
Teach us later.
There's an actual ball.
There is an actual ball, which I did look, and is 1 hour of like classical Fae type music, and then regular music afterwards. So you don't have to cosplay for too long.
Yeah, but people do come in like I was looking at photos from like previous ones. People go like full cosplay at these things.
And there will be other authors there signing books and also doing author talks.
Authors, creators, publishers. There's some vendors selling their wares. The theme is romancing the villain.
Perfect.
Which I love. It is Labor Day weekend, but specifically we are performing.
We're yapping, but we are on Saturday at 2.
Yes, Saturday at 2 p.m. The event is at the Hilton in downtown Austin, so the one that's on 4th Street. You can buy passes for all weekend, which I think are full price, like $250, or you can buy single day passes, which I think are $50 each. If you want to come, you can get 25% off. That is a lot, especially if you're only buying a one-day ticket. That makes your ticket like hella cheap.
Yeah.
If you use the code %pod, all one word, %pod, we will post this on our Instagram. It's PERCENTPOD, %pod, for 25% off.
Half of 50%.
That's half of 50%. Isn't that crazy?
They should have given us 50% off. That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
They were very, very nice to give us 25% off.
Yeah, so the event is described as a book convention by day and an immersive fantasy book event by night. Come celebrate all things romantasy this Labor Day weekend. And Abigail, do you want to tell the people specifically what we will be yapping about?
Oh boy. Okay, so we went kind of back and forth on what we were going to do, but this felt like the perfect moment for Katey to finally force me to read ACOTAR.
Let's fucking go.
We've talked about it on the pod. We dipped our feet into romantasy a little bit earlier this year, and we're going to full send it. We're going to full send, and Katey is going to get to witness basically basically what we do here. But
it's kind of a roast.
It's kind of a roast, probably, of me, maybe.
Abigail.
Hey, you know, I mean, as I've said, I'm a good sport. I'll take what's thrown at me, whatever, as long as it's not that mean.
Yeah.
But.
So Abigail's specifically reading ACOTAR, the book, not the full series, because, guys, Labor Day is in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
So even though I read the ACOTAR books that fast, I was depressed.
The best part is this will be in a room, presumably with everyone else who has read this book.
Well, and not even the book, but presumably they've read the entire series.
Yep.
And if you have read the ACOTAR series, you know that after the first book, things take a turn. A big one.
Cool.
And Abigail will not know what that turn is. So we get to fuck with her. So come sit in this room with me. We will leave time for audience questions / audience comments / audience roasting of Abigail. It's going to be delightful. And if you're a real life friend of us and you don't come, you're not our friend anymore.
Yeah, that's the rules. If you're a listener of the pod and you want to come and are planning on coming, please message us and let us know.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all live in Texas at least, because I ran our stats the other day. So like at least 70% of y'all live in Texas, and most of y'all live around here. So if you're listening to this and you live around here and you happen to be free on Labor Day weekend, come hang out with us. It's going to be really fun, and we are not going to be nervous at all.
Nope. We're going to be super cool, super chill, super relaxed. It's going to be great.
Yeah, but the rest of the event sounds super fun too, and we're going to be kind of hanging out and bopping around. So come see us and come hang out with us. We would love to meet those of you who we don't know. And again, if you're our real life friend, just come hang out with us.
Yeah, just come hang out with us. I want an audience plant that's like, Abigail's actually really cool, and it's not that bad that she hasn't read this book.
See, I usually use like you as that at these events that I do for like my job.
If you'd like to apply to be our audience plant, let us know. Just kidding. But
I nominate Sophie.
I also nominate Sophie.
Yes, Sophie, now you have to come. Okay, y'all will be hearing on our other episodes real promos, not the terrible promo that we just did, but just a reminder, it is %pod for 25% off. And if you just search Fayball Austin, you can find it, but the full URL is galaxycon.com/pages/Fay, that's FAE, -ball. But honestly, just Google Fayball Austin or go to our Instagram. We'll at least put it on our stories and in our bio so you can find us.
Yes.
Cool.
I can't wait to see people in real life and not not just you.
And we planned outfits.
I'm still working on mine.
I planned an outfit.
I have to riff off of your outfit because you went first. So I gotta.
Well, it's already what we were thinking.
Yeah.
The general vibe anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Come to see our outfits.
To see our outfits.
It's gonna be great.
If you don't come for anything else,
for our outfits,
make fun of Abigail. See our outfits. Have what I am certain is going to be a delicious fantasy-themed cocktail.
Bro, I'm so pumped. And yeah, hang out with some other nerds like us.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I love doing nerdy shit like this. This feels like it's going to be like the Ren Fair, but better because it's romantasy fully.
And as you guys know, these bitches love a Ren Fair. So yeah, at least I can say that.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm not too cool for any of this.
Yeah, you're a nerd too.
I am.
You're a slightly different brand.
Yeah, who wants to talk to me about like The Boys right now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something else. Anyway,
on to the actual content of the episode, which honestly might be just as long as that promo was because we do not have much to talk about.
So we read Lizzy Dent's Just One Taste, which, first off, very cute cover.
Extremely cute.
Super creative. I loved this. And I picked this up when Katey and I were on our honeymoon, as we talked about last episode, at a very cute bookstore in Healdsburg that I can't remember the name of, but it was really cute.
We'll tag them on Instagram. We'll find them. I have the receipt in my pile of papers over there, my ADHD pile in the corner.
I see it. Yeah. It's got lots of stickers on it.
That's my scrapbooking pile.
I thought you were just going to stop at scrap pile.
I mean, it is that.
Like a raccoon.
There's a reason it's called scrapbooking.
My scraps. Anyway, we did some damage in that bookstore. I bought 2 books. Katey bought a book.
And then the other book that I considered buying there, I ended up buying in the airport.
Yeah, so, it was super cute.
But it was great. Allegedly, they had bookstore cats. We did not see them.
I know, we didn't see them. But we did see a sticker of them, which was very cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
But this is one of 2 Italian-themed books I purchased. And one of 2 Italian-themed books we considered for the podcast.
Yes.
I bought one Italian Summer, and then we also considered the new Casey McQuiston. So also shout out to everyone who participated in our poll.
The new Casey McQuiston has been causing some waves in the book community.
Ooh, let's talk about that after, because I have not heard about these waves.
Yeah, I'll give the like 10,000, 30,000, whatever foot overview. I don't know what that saying is. But there has been some drama around the PR of that book because apparently the PR box, I only know this information from threads and Twitter, so I don't know if this is legitimate. But the streets are saying that the PR boxes that got sent out to like bloggers and stuff had sex toys in them. And a lot of people were justifiably uncomfortable because they had just been like essentially sent sex toys without their consent, which is a little icky.
Odd.
Yeah. I can see the thought process that got whoever decided to put those in the boxes. I can see that thought process. But this is another incident of, was there no one in the room that was like, maybe this is a little icky?
That's a very know your audience situation. And
yeah,
you have to know your audience very specifically, person to person is what I mean.
Right. Exactly. You can't just send out a mass mailer with fucking dildos.
No.
And I don't know if they were dildos or I don't know exactly what the sex toys were. It actually took me forever to figure out what the fuck the people on Threads were talking about, because everyone was like vague posting about it. And I was like, can someone just tell me what's going on?
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate that. Like, no, tell me. I'm nosy.
I'm not that entrenched in like book threads. So people need to deliver the news to me directly.
Also, please put us on your PR box list.
I would take a sex toy unsolicited in a PR box.
Yes, we will go on record saying that we would accept a sex toy should they ever be put in a PR box.
If you need our consent, you've got it.
But generally,
you should ask first.
But what a weird thing that would be. Could we send you a sex toy with the new Casey McQuiston novel?
Yeah, that also would be weird. See, I don't know what the right move would have just been to not do it at all. But I understand the thought process that got them there.
A coupon code for Balessa.
Exactly, Balessa. Yeah, so that was the drama. So perhaps it's good that we avoided the book, or perhaps we made the wrong decision because we could have ridden the SEO wave. But we're just avoiding it entirely. I will still be reading the book.
It's in my mailbox right now because it was a book of the month. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The cover of that is really cute, too.
I know.
Something a little different for Casey.
Yeah, so...
Anyway...
back to this
that's
book.
That's not what we read.
Yeah. The book we did actually.
There's your tea from me, which y'all all probably already knew.
I didn't know.
Well, if they know enough to find this podcast, they're probably, if y'all hear the dogs barking, sorry. I don't think you can, but...
Just in case.
But just in case. They're down there. We had to sequester them because they were being annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we read...
Just One Taste
by Lizzy Dent, which, for background, I have read one Lizzy Dent book before that I was really lukewarm on. Like, I didn't like it, but I also didn't hate it. I just really didn't like the main character, but I really liked the, like, setting and overall, like, vibe and, like, writing style, which is exactly how I felt. I did not like the characters or the plot, but I liked the vibes.
The vibes were good.
I liked the side characters for the most part.
I didn't like anybody very much.
I really didn't like anybody very much, but...
Before we get into that, shall I read the blurb?
Yes.
Since I have the print copy? All right, here we go.
To the soundtrack of Mav barking downstairs.
He wants to be on the podcast really badly. All right, so the little tagline above the blurb... Olive Stone is about to spend 4 weeks in Italy with the most beautiful man she's ever hated. Dun, dun, dun. When Olive Stone and her Italian pseudo-celebrity chef father fell out 15 years ago, annoyingly handsome Leo Ricci slipped right in as his surrogate son and sous chef. No one is more surprised than Olive when her father wills her his beloved, and now failing, restaurant. Or that his dying wish was for Olive and Leo to complete his cookbook, together. She's determined to sell the restaurant. Leo is determined to convince her not to. As they travel from Sicily to Tuscany to, I'm so sorry, Liguria?
I don't know. I listened to the audiobook and I still couldn't tell you.
I'm so sorry to my Italian husband and his Italian family. Anyway, Leo and Olive will test each other as often as they test recipes. But the more time they spend together, the more undeniable their attraction grows. Olive finds herself wondering what it might be like to try just one taste of Leo Ricci. Because he isn't who she expected, and this trip might reveal more about who Olive is than she's ready for.
Did it, though? Well, technically, yes.
Technically. Well, there were parts of this book that I did really, really enjoy.
Lizzy Dent is a great writer. Like, she can turn a phrase, she can write, like, place and setting and, like, food specifically.
Yes.
Like, very, very vivid descriptions, beautiful writing, beautiful, like, descriptions of Italy. Like, all of that was lovely. I just did not like the humans in the book.
No. Well, okay. So...
And I can't figure out if that's Lizzy Dent's fault or not, as we've talked about at length on this podcast. But considering that's happened for me in both books of hers that I've read, maybe it is.
Question mark? So the book starts with, you know, Olive's dad has passed away. We never meet him in person. And she's like, the first scene is very funny to me because she's in this really pretentious bar where they it's called Temp, and they serve things at very specific temperatures. Like they serve her a whiskey at like 63.5 degrees, which is very funny to me. Or, you know, I assume it's in Celsius actually. Anyway, but I'm like, wow, this is absolutely a bar that I would have had to go to at some point for some dumb reason. This sucks. But also it's a bar I would make fun of a lot.
Yep.
And so would anybody else I know, for the most part, I think. So she's meeting at this bar with her friends because it's like across the street from Nikki's, her dad's restaurant. And she's like talking about the fact that she's now inherited this restaurant that she has not been a part of since she was 17. And she's still in food. She's a food reviewer or a restaurant reviewer for the London Post. This is also set in London, by the way, which I kept forgetting.
Yeah, because, well, it's kind of set in London in that she lives in London and Nikki's is in London, but then they go to Italy for the majority of the book.
I kept forgetting when she would, like, call her friends, and I'd be like, aren't they asleep or whatever?
Right.
And no, they're not. They're basically in the same time zone.
Yeah, well, I did the audiobook, so the lady was British, so it was easier for me to remember.
Oh, yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
So she goes to... She's very shocked that she's been left the restaurant, and she's like, well, I'm going to sell it. Like, I don't want to run a restaurant, and...
She has a complicated relationship with her late father.
She hasn't seen him in, like, 10 years or something. And he and her mom had split up, and it was very painful, and so she's just like, I want nothing to do with it. And also, this restaurant is, like, not doing well. So, she wants to wipe her hands of it and be done with it. But, again, they have to finish this cookbook that her dad started and is like almost finished with. There's like 20 regions in Italy that he was traveling to and writing 3 recipes for each of them, and there's 3 regions left. And so she and Leo have to go to Italy for 3 weeks.
Leo is the chef at the restaurant.
Yep, he was her dad's sous chef, and finish this cookbook. Oh no, they have to go to Italy on vacation.
Oh no.
And eat a lot of food. Oh no. Olive doesn't want to go, but she's got to suck it up. So they basically the book is them going to restaurants, arguing about food, eating food, meeting some people, repeat.
Yeah, my note said, do they just eat and smolder at each other the whole book? Which is essentially what happens.
That is essentially what happens. So the first region they go to is Sicily, and Olive sucks in the beginning, especially. She's like ignoring him like the days up into the trip, which would drive me insane.
Yeah.
And she loses her luggage. Luckily, she still has her dad's ashes. That's the other thing. She has to spread his ashes somewhere.
Right. And she almost put it in her checked luggage, and I was sitting there listening, and I was like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't. Are you allowed to put cremains in checked luggage?
What a great question. Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what fucking happened in like 90% of this book.
I'll help you. So they go to Sicily. They meet up with Rocco, who is like her dad's mentor.
Oh, yes. Rocco was fun.
Rocco was fun. In each region, too, they're deciding on like the main ingredient they're going to focus on. Like that's the whole theme of the cookbook. And so.
Right. Like in one place, it's like beans. Like in another place, it's like. I remember the beans because they argued about it.
Yes, the beans are the very last one.
Yeah.
So in Sicily, they first go to a restaurant and on like the very first day or something, and it kind of goes terribly where Olive is like, we should do aubergine for Sicily, and Leo, and she was like talking about it and like, what a great idea, yada yada, we should do that. And Leo's like, aubergine, and she's like, yeah. And he's like, you haven't read any of the manuscript, have you? And she's like, oh, it's already taken.
Yeah.
So yeah, she didn't like do her homework before going on this trip.
Well, because she put the manuscript in her checked baggage instead of her dad's ashes. So she...
Yes.
And she was going to read the manuscript on the plane.
Yes.
And then so she basically just showed up and was like, I didn't do the homework.
Yeah, that's when you got to fess up, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the stakes are so low. It like, just tell this man. But they have some kind of weird dislike for each other.
Yeah, they've got kind of a like... She's bitter because Leo was loved by her father, and she feels that her father like abandoned her and her mother in favor of the restaurant.
Yeah.
So that's where all of this like tension is coming from. And Leo also really doesn't want her to sell the restaurant. Like he knows that she's trying to sell, and he's like, I wish you wouldn't. What if we didn't? And what if I ran it? And what if I modernize it? He's got some really dumb ideas about food too, by the way.
Yeah, he wants to do like he keeps like implying he wants to do some like more pretentious stuff than Olive is interested in doing.
Yeah. He talks about foam at some point. I'm
yeah,
like,
I was
do
just
not fucking put foam on a fucking menu.
I was just trying to remember what it was with the foam, but yeah, I just remember that there was foam.
I don't remember what flavor it was or what. Don't feed me foam. Don't.
Yeah.
So that happens, and then they kind of come to like all right, we gotta like truce, so we can...
Right, we gotta work together and do this thing. We're stuck together on this like 2-week trip through Italy.
Yeah.
Which, who's paying for this?
I think like Nikki, her dad, like paid for a lot of it like in advance, and
right.
they just like transferred it to her.
Yeah, because I understand if she's a restaurant critic, maybe she makes pretty decent money, but if he's a sous chef at like a failing restaurant, I can't imagine.
Well, they've also got like publisher stipend probably, because they already have a publisher for the cookbook.
Maybe.
I don't know how publishing works.
I don't think the advances are that big. But I don't unless you're like a celebrity, which maybe Nikki was.
He had a TV show.
That's true. He did have a TV show, which sounds hilarious.
We don't talk enough about the TV show in the book.
Right. Like, I have so many questions.
Yeah, I want to know more about the TV show. Apparently it was only one season, and there was an episode about a hot air balloon, and that's like why the whole thing like fell apart. But that's all we know. We don't get details about it.
Yeah.
So I really want to know more about the TV show, but whatever. I'm going to assume the publisher was like, all right, yeah, weird celebrity chef, here's some money. Great. Go to Italy and write your cookbook.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, they form a truce, and then they meet up with, like, Rocco, which was her dad's mentor. They start to kind of explore the region. They land on oranges for Sicily.
They have, like, a funny little family dinner with Rocco's people, right? Don't they do that there?
Yeah, they do.
It really, this whole book really blurs together for me.
Guys, I'm so sorry we can't remember much of anything because it's a meal, a thought. A meal, a thought.
Meal, they argue with sexual tension.
Yeah.
Meal, they argue with sexual tension.
Leo's super hot, as we're told multiple times. And then in Sicily, I think probably after the dinner with, like, Rocco, Olive becomes a real fucking horn dog.
Truly.
There's like a switch that flips where she's like, actually, suddenly I'm in love with this man and I want to bang him immediately.
Yeah, it gets a little like voyeuristic in a weird way. Yeah, I don't know. They just eat pasta and then talk about it. But let me tell you, Lizzy Dent can write about food, dude. And she clearly knows a lot about it. Yeah. I don't know what her background is, but she clearly knows a lot about food. And then when I read that other book by her, The Summer Job, it was about that girl pretending to be a som. And she like Lizzy Dent knows a lot about wine too. Yeah. So I don't know what her background is, but like she was saying words that I was like, I don't know what these foods are, but they sound fucking amazing. I was getting so hungry.
I know.
And all I could think about was going to Sammy's. Your husband's one of the restaurants he works at.
Yep. I was like sitting there reading the book and then like looking up recipes for like the pastas that I didn't really know. Like, yeah. Or like ones that I do know, like pasta alla norma, like Austin makes a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was like looking up recipes and being like, fuck.
I was loving it because obviously I've eaten a lot of Italian food since Austin began working at Sammy's, more than I had previously. Mm-hmm. And so it was fun to be like, I've had that. I know what that pasta is. That's the little twisty one or whatever.
The twisty one. We're very classy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he also has this giant, you've probably seen it in our house, this giant Italian cookbook that's like literally
super thick. Yeah, it's like bigger than like The Joy of Cooking. It's super fat.
And there's not pictures in it. It's literally just written recipes. I'll take a picture and maybe I'll put it on Instagram for this post about this book. But it's all just like incredibly classic like Italian recipes, and he's kind of been over the past couple years like going on this journey through it where he's just like picking stuff out of it because a lot of them are super simple or don't take a lot of ingredients. But so like pasta alla norma. Like, there's another one they talk about in here with like pesto and potatoes and asparagus.
That
like,
one sounded so good.
He's made that one for me. And so it was really cool to also read this book where it was like, oh my gosh, like I've seen my husband make this. As I think like listeners know, my husband is Italian and like his family's from Milan.
He happens to work at an Italian restaurant.
Yes. Yeah, he's...
Hang on, ASMR.
Oh yeah, we're having a wine recording, which we haven't done
done this in a minute.
I needed a glass of wine today. Also felt fitting for a book so much about food. So...
Exactly. Austin told us to drink the nice wine to get rid of it.
Sponsored by my husband's wine collection.
Bedrock collection. Bedrock Rosé. We fucking love you.
Yes, Bedrock Rosé. Ode to Lulu 2022. Excellent vintage. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway.
I don't know either. I just know that I like it when you bring it over.
We get a case of the Bedrock Rosé every year, and that's why we have to drink this one right now because our new case is about to come in. So,
well, we've been drinking less of it because last summer Austin was like, "You're drinking too much of it.
You guys have to stop."
Because you kept bringing it over like every time we would record. And we were like, word. And now he's like, drink more of it.
I love that he basically only orders the rosé for us.
Yeah, it's very
Which
sweet.
is so nice.
Yeah.
We love you, Austin.
We do.
Thank you.
That steak you made on Sunday fucking smacked.
Oh, yeah. Katie and I and our husbands went to the beach, and boy, did shenanigans ensue.
Most of which the people will never know about. Sorry. I do know some of my students listen to this. I will not be talking about.
You can all know that I cried in the bathroom of a bar called Sharky's.
That had a giant hammerhead shark.
I don't even really, you know.
And then Abigail was talking to these boys. I can only describe them as boys because they were not close to our age, I don't think.
I don't even remember how we started talking to them.
You started, and Austin got like a little cutely jealous. It was funny. He was like, why is she talking to them?
I don't remember. I guess they said something to me.
I don't know if they initiated it or you did, but next thing I knew, you were over there with these boys who were definitely in their early 20s. They were young.
They were all in a band.
They were in a band. They were adorable. But it was so funny because Austin was like, what the fuck is she doing?
Couldn't
and then there was this bartender at Sharky's that kept putting gummy sharks in our beers, in my Dos Equis. I loved her.
I love her so much.
And then both nights we were there, they ran out of Dos Equis.
We killed the Dos Equis.
Which I don't even drink that much. Anyway, those are the safe for work.
Yeah, the safe for work
stories. The rest of it was ridiculous. Anyway, my whole point of bringing that up was that Austin made this steak on Sunday that was so fucking good.
I did remember the next day and was like, I wish I had been more sober to enjoy it because I just scarfed that shit down and it was so fucking good.
Yeah, I've been thinking that all week. I'm like, I did not enjoy that steak enough.
It's okay.
It was so good.
We'll do it again.
I request it again, Austin, please.
Yeah.
When I've had about 12 fewer drinks. Anyway, they eat and then they look at each other and they flirt. I really don't know how else we can talk about it. There is, I mean, the kind of emotional peak of this is when they go to a wedding.
Yes. So when they get to Tuscany, they're they're staying in Leo's aunt's house. He's from Tuscany.
Yeah.
I don't know geography. I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know where. But Tuscany, the region of Italy. That sounds lovely. Austin's been there multiple times.
I'm a big fan of Under the Tuscan Sun, which is an excellent movie.
Who's in that one?
Is it Diane Keaton? No. Hang on.
Fact check real fast.
Diane Lane.
Oh.
The other Diane.
Okay.
I was close.
You were halfway there. So they go to a wedding in Tuscany that for like his third cousin, which I'm like, either weddings in Italy are super cheap or they're super rich because, man, I would not be inviting my third cousin to the wedding.
He threw out some kind of funny fact, which is like, statistically, everyone has like 170 third cousins or something like that.
My God.
I know.
We don't get a lot of details about this wedding.
Nope. Just that they're there and they're dancing and Olive cries.
Yes. Yes, yes. This pissed me off.
Yeah.
It was really annoying. Where she cries at the wedding and Leo is like, why are you crying? Is it because like or she says something like, it's just so sweet. They're so naive. And I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. And basically she's crying because most marriages end in divorce or 50% or whatever you want to think. And as somebody who did just get married and had a very beautiful day, shut up.
Leave them alone.
Yeah, what? Like, I don't, like, calling people naive on their wedding day is just fucking rude.
Right.
Like, shut up.
Even privately, just some thoughts should stay in your fucking head.
And also, what are you talking about? Some people stay madly in love.
Yeah. The other 50%.
Yeah.
What about them?
What about them?
What about the rest of us?
Justice for the people who stay married. Whatever. Anyway, it was very not like other girls of her. But they get drunk. They get drunk a lot in this book, which, to be fair, so would I if I was in Italy for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So who am I to blame anybody? But it starts raining. I guess this wedding is outdoors. They dance and they kiss.
Yep.
It's a very nice little kiss, though. That's it. And then they're like, that didn't happen. We were drunk and it was raining and I don't know, crazy.
Yeah.
But of course, Olive's a horn dog. So.
She can't resist. She can't resist. And then what is it, the next day or a couple days? Or is it later that same night?
It's the next day,
It's the next
think,
day.
or like very soon after. So
yeah.
While they're in Tuscany, they're staying at her aunt's like Airbnb, which is like something right out of Vanderpump Rules. It's got like a private pool in the back. It's very fancy. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Oh, sorry. We got to backtrack because we didn't talk about the dumbest moment in this book when they walk in on each other.
The bathroom. I know. This was like way back in like not Sicily, I don't think, but whatever came after that, where they're staying in a Airbnb or something.
It's in Tuscany. It's at the Airbnb.
Oh, is it in Tuscany?
I think so. If it's not Sicily, it's Tuscany.
Man, my notes were all out of order. Anyway, Leo says he has a Zoom call because he's interviewing for other jobs because Olive wants to sell Nikki's. And I guess they both decide that they're going to take a shower at the same... Like, Olive decides she needs to take a shower and walks in butt naked on Leo, who is also taking a shower because they didn't realize that there was only one bathroom.
And 2 doors?
Yeah.
Like, she says something about having...
It's like a Jack and Jill situation, yeah.
She says something earlier about having an ensuite bathroom, and I'm like, you dumbass. So you didn't... One, did you not pee?
Also, how is the first thing that you do in an Airbnb not looking in every room, opening every door, opening every drawer? That is the first thing I do when I arrive at an Airbnb. I look at everything.
Literally.
I open all the cabinets, all the drawers, everything.
You gotta be snooping.
Yeah, you gotta be snooping. You have to walk into the Airbnb and open everything. I need to know, is there a hairdryer? Is there an iron? Will I need the iron? Probably not, but I want to know if it's there.
I gotta know
where are the trash bags?
Yeah, where
are the paper towels?
What's under the bed?
What's under the bed?
Where are the outlets?
What weird toiletries did people leave behind? That's always my favorite part.
That's a good one.
I know.
What creaks?
Yeah, I don't believe for a single second that anyone doesn't do that.
Yeah, especially if you're staying in a very nice place. Then you especially do it.
To be fair, I didn't do that at the Airbnb when we went to the beach this weekend, but it is because we personally know the owner of the Airbnb, and that felt a little weird.
Oh, I certainly opened every drawer, so I covered it for you.
Right. It was also because y'all had gotten there first.
Yeah.
If I had gotten there first, I would have opened everything.
Yeah. So, we covered it. It was fine.
Anyway, wow, this one's all over the place. Sorry to the people. You just get to hear about our lives instead of the book.
It's like a half life update, half we read this book.
Yeah.
But that's the dumbest moment of the book. Anyway, so
that was before the wedding. That was the first kind of, and then she like gives him shit for having a boner, and he was like, "Obviously, I had a boner. You were naked in front of me. What did you think?"
It did, however, I was like, how fast did he get that?
I know. Yeah. Because this was very funny, though, when Olive was like, it's okay if you had to, like, let off some steam in the shower. Yeah. And he was like, no, you were naked.
But in the moment, it's like they see each other for, like, a couple seconds.
And then he has a boner.
Like a boing.
Boing. I was going to say that.
Okay, I want to move on. I don't want to think about Leo's boner anymore.
Moving on.
So they actually have...
Fast forward back to the wedding.
Yeah. So back to the wedding. They have their first kiss. It's very, like, sweet.
Yeah.
There's no tongue.
Yeah. It's nice. It's raining. They're dancing. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. They're drunk. So, like...
Then the next day
or 2 days after, or very soon after, they're having dessert on the patio of their Airbnb after they just done some recipe testing. And Horndog Olive is talking about how in, like, when she was a kid and they would visit Italy, they would go eat oranges in the ocean because they were so juicy, like it didn't matter. We were in the ocean.
Right.
And then because they're eating cherries. That's it. They're eating
Yes.
cherries right now. And she's like, oh, we used to.
There's a moment where she sensually eats a cherry, and I was like, come the fuck on.
Also, fucking how?
Yeah.
Also, I was like, do these cherries not have pits?
That was my first thought, because there's no way you're sensually eating a cherry if there's a pit in that cherry.
Yeah, he eats 2 cherries and, like, juice drips out of his mouth. And I'm like, okay, so you don't know how to eat?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. So, instead, they get in the pool to eat cherries, and then they make out. Oh, she puts on, however, this was a nice moment.
Yes, I did like this.
She puts on a playlist on her phone, and, like, they make some dumb joke about it being on shuffle, which I found some of the dialogue in this book to be incredibly cringy.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're going to move past it for now. And Fade Into You by Mazzy Star comes on, which, man, great song for a first kiss.
Yeah, kind of a cheesy song, but not necessarily bad cheesy.
No, like, it's also playing when Rory goes to the dance with Dean in season 1 of Gilmore Girls.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I think
You
it's
say
that
so.
one.
I believe
I'm pretty sure.
I believe you.
But it's like, I turned it on, like, as soon as I read that part where I was like, I put it on in the background. And I was like, damn, this is a really good makeout song.
Yeah.
But then they also go immediately to bone.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot in these books where they, like, have their first kiss and, like...
And then they, like, it's first kiss and sex all at once.
I know, and I'm kind of like... you know, maybe I'm a prude, whatever. This has never been my experience.
To be fair, I think that happens the most in, like, these slow burn books, and this was the slowest burn of the slow burns. Like, the part in this book that you and I are talking about is, like, fully 80%...
Yes.
or something crazy through.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think I am. I guess a lot of these books that we do read do have at least some element of a slow burn. Where you have a lot of tension building up. And so that's not necessarily real life all the time.
Yeah.
But
if I'm in a pool eating cherries with the hot Italian man,
you're banging.
Probably.
Well,
alone in an Airbnb?
Yeah.
I mean,
but an Italian man that you've only known for, well, okay, I shouldn't say that. He's hot.
My previous in my single days, I did not make good decisions. This is absolutely something I would have done. This is absolutely something I would have done.
I'm not even saying it's, like, necessarily a bad decision. I'm just like, whoa.
Oh, no, it probably is a bad decision.
Well, I'm not here to judge anybody.
Not the sex, but getting involved with your
potential business partner.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because that's also her conflict, is, like, she's thinking about, well, like, throughout the book, too, like, very quickly, she's like, maybe I don't want to sell the restaurant. And she, like, waffles on it the entire fucking book.
And kind of implies, like, heavily implies to Leo that she's waffling on it, which is getting his hopes up, which is a shitty thing to do.
I know. It's so shitty.
Yeah.
And then she's, like, also talking to her friends about how much she wants to bang Leo and that she really likes him. And then she's like, why can't I have it all at one point? I'm like, girlfriend, you gotta calm down.
Grow up. That's what I was thinking for so much of this book. When they were, like, I think it was when they were making out in the pool or somewhere around this time, she says something about, like, I get the ick easily. And I was like, grow up. How old is this person supposed to be?
I think 30.
Yeah, grow up.
Grow up. Grow up.
Yeah. I get the ick easily is a crazy thing to say at your big age, Olive.
At your big age. And then they go to the third region that they're visiting, the one I can't pronounce.
The place we can't pronounce, where they're supposed to meet, like, this person who was super important to Nikki, Olive's dad. His like, best friend.
Yeah. His best friend and his very fancy rich wife.
Yeah.
Named Sophia. And they have a beautiful home, like, on the coast, and it sounds great. And so that's the last region. They've been, like, trucking along on the book. Everything's going pretty well with the book. They're excited to be in their last place, and I think they're there for, like, another week or whatever. And they're having dessert back at home with Oh, his name isn't Rocco, but it also, I think, starts with an R.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember. They're both like...
Roger.
They're both like super stereotypical older Italian men.
Yes. So they're having dessert and more champagne on the back patio of Roger and Sophia's fancy house. And they're doing a toast, and Olive is getting kind of like choked up because she's...
Well, everyone takes turns saying something.
Yes.
And it's all like kind of generic, but like heartfelt, lovely things like these friends and the family and whatever. And then when it gets to Olive, she like can't get it out, essentially.
And then Roger chimes in and says, "And to Nikki for taking you in as his own." And Olive is like, "What?"
I was driving home from turning in my Newly today when I got to this part, and literally my jaw just like fully dropped. Oh, I hope the people just got to hear my jaw pop.
Ow!
I think I have TMJ. I think I have undiagnosed TMJ.
I have TMJ. My jaw pops.
Sorry if y'all could hear that.
Ooh. So, also, by the way, this happens like 30 pages before the book ends.
Yes.
Yeah, and Olive, understandably, is like, what?
So she has like a fucking breakdown. She like runs out of the room crying. She has a completely reasonable reaction.
And then she leaves.
Which I also would do.
She calls her mom. Her mom answers, and Olive is like, "Is this true?" And her mom's like, "Yeah," basically. And then she like hangs up at her mom and is like, "I gotta go."
Yeah.
And this is also when I had to remind myself, like, she's just going back to London, because I was like, how do you fly back to America that quickly?
Oh, yeah.
So she leaves. She leaves Leo, who's like, "I don't think you should be alone." And she's like, "Go away."
Yeah, Leo's being really lovely and is like, don't freak out until you can like really have a conversation with your mom. Like, let's find out like how true it is.
So she flies home.
Yeah.
And goes straight to her mom's house.
And is like, what the fuck?
This is batshit.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom is basically like, "I don't know, we just didn't want to tell you."
Yeah, there's no real justification. She basically was like, we were looking for a good moment and there never was one.
This made me so mad.
Yeah. And then she was like, well, I kept wanting to tell you after your dad died, but then like, meh. And then Olive is understandably asking questions about her like birth father, and Olive's mom is like, he's like a bad person, like you don't want to know him. Like shuts that down too.
Yeah. He wasn't a good guy. I know where he is. I think she says something like, "I know who he is and I can give you information, but you should just know like he's not a good guy."
Yeah.
And like Nikki had met her like when she was pregnant, and then met her again like after she had Olive, and
and they fell in love, and so he was like, yeah, I'll like raise her as my own, whatever. Like by all accounts, Nikki, decent guy. Olive's mom, bad guy.
Bad guy, man. Bad guy. I was pissed.
Because it's not... Olive is mad at both of them.
Yeah.
But it's not really her dad. It's not really Nikki's place to tell her. It's the mom's place.
Right.
To tell her.
And like after they had separated, Olive was like, well, you like kind of made me hate him.
Right.
And her mom was basically like, yeah, I was just so frustrated.
Yeah, because he like chose the restaurant over them. And then...
And like, don't get me wrong, he did a shitty thing because he like sold their house to like keep the restaurant afloat. And like, obviously that's really, really bad and grounds for a divorce.
Yeah.
But you have to tell your daughter they're adopted.
Well, and she said something, and forgive me, I was also reading another book based in Italy, that was very family drama, which I will talk about at the end of this episode because holy fucking shit. So I might be mixing this up, but I think it was in this book. Olive's mom says something along the lines of, like, I told you more than I should, like, I put more of that on you than I should have, like, I told you more of my emotional shit than I should have, and Olive was like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. I think that did happen. Something like that. But she's also just like, eh.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I told you more than I should have, like,
sorry. Oops. Like, and Olive is just like, okay.
This is the number one thing. Well, maybe not the number one thing, but one of the number one things that parents do that annoy me so much is like telling shit to their kids that are their own personal problems.
Boy, fucking tell me about it.
Yeah. I am not your friend.
I don't have time to unpack that on air, nor will I.
Yeah, this made me really angry because I know a lot of people in my life that this has happened to, and it makes me really, really, really mad. And I was watching Love is Blind UK today, and like right as Abigail was walking in, there was this really frustrating moment with this one woman's mom that reminded me of this, and I was just like, ah!
Ooh, I can't wait to start that tonight.
I have fully caught up. I watched it all day.
Great.
I'm like, I didn't have enough time to finish listening to the book, but I watched Love is Blind all day.
No, because you know what? When we came back from the beach on Monday, I didn't read a single goddamn page of this book. I sat on my couch and watched Vanderpump Rules for like 8 hours.
As you should. But that's because I had to pay attention to the book. I don't have to pay attention to Love is Blind. I can dip in and out.
Well, I certainly wasn't paying that much attention. I'm on season 10 right now.
Yeah.
So, anyway. In a rewatch, by the way, guys. This is not valuable watching time.
Yeah, I'm in season 10 of the rewatch too, and I've been doing it very slowly because it's just like watching a plane slowly go down. Anyway. So there Olive's mom sucks.
Olive goes,
and then the book ends.
Basically. So Olive goes home and is like, she and Leo like have been keeping in touch. They never really like had a blow up fight. Like, again, understandably, she was pretty distraught.
Yeah, there was no real like third act drama in the romance. It was third act drama in Olive's personal life.
Which, you know what, kind of a relief for once, maybe.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But that's because the romance happened in the final.
That's true. The
quarter
third act
of the book. Yeah.
And so they've been keeping in touch, and Leo's like, I would love to see you when you're ready. And she's like, I'm ready. And then he comes over, and she makes dinner. And then she says one of the worst lines I've ever read in a romance, which is, the heart wants what it wants, and Leo, it wants you. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzy.
Imagine hearing that in the audiobook. I wanted to crash my fucking car.
That was a rough moment for me.
Okay. I think Lizzy Dent should write family dramas.
I think you're right. I don't think she should write romance. I think she should write literary fiction.
Yes, I completely agree. I think there's this other author. Hang on. I'll look her up. Oh, I already remembered. There's this other author, Jamie Brenner, who wrote this book that I read last year, or maybe the year before, who fucking knows anymore, called Blush, that was based at a vineyard. That was family drama with like the tiniest little hint of romance in it. Like there was a romance, but it was like the sub plot line.
Like a Greta James.
Like a Greta James, exactly.
Man, fucking love
She
that
has
book.
a new book coming out.
She does?
Jennifer E. Smith has a new book coming out. I requested it on NetGalley today.
Okay, that's exciting.
Some fun things coming out soon. I saw another Carly Fortune. Mm-hmm. I saw the cover revealed for something else that I posted about on our Instagram that now I can't
it's
remember.
There.
Oh, new Rachel Lynn Solomon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many good things happening. Anyway, Jamie Brenner wrote this book that was like family drama with like the little like kiss of romance, which I loved. And I think that's what this book wants to be.
I had the exact same thought where I was like, this book wants to be a beach read.
Yes.
This book wants to be a beach read.
And it was so close to being one. It was so close.
It could have been one with like a lot more emphasis on the grief aspect of it, because like, yeah, imagine going through this.
Yeah. Like, I would love more of that. I would love more of her relationship with her mom.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, I would love more of the relationship with these side characters that were so important to her dad.
Like, this should have been a solo journey.
Yes.
There should not have been.
And maybe she met Leo along the way, and that was like a tiny little part of it.
Rocco's son, Luca.
Right.
That should have been the romance.
Or she should have met Leo at the wedding in Tuscany, and that could have been the closer, because it's not like anything interesting happened between the two of them before that.
That's a great point. So, okay. So the book ends with her deciding not to sell the restaurant. Her, like, officially going into financial business with this man that she's known for two weeks. And starting a
To
relationship.
be fair, her dad deeply, deeply trusted him, but still.
But there's like money at stake.
Yeah,
now.
a good amount of it.
Yeah, and like that's a little different.
Yeah.
And she's also going to date him.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
That's going to go fine.
Yeah.
But we do get an epilogue where they go to scatter her dad's ashes on Mount Etna, which is actually very nice.
Yeah, that part was nice.
That part was nice.
Yeah, I want to like these books, these Lizzy Dent books so much. I really, really, really want to. Because I think she's a good writer. Yeah. And one of these, I think it's going to be like an Emily Wibberley, Austin Sigmund Broca situation where I'm going to keep trying. Yeah. I'm going to keep chugging. To be fair, I've given up on those two after that weird Taylor Swift book.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
But Lizzy, write a family drama. This is what I want from you.
Family drama. I know, like, because yeah, we know you can do it.
She's a good writer.
She is a good writer,
and dear God, I wanted to eat everything in this book, and I wanted to go to Italy.
I know. Can we go to Italy?
Can we go to Italy? No, there was so much about this book that was so lovely that made it a really nice summer read, just like kind of dreamy.
Yeah.
But the romance, like it being focused on the romance didn't really do it for me. I think if it were focused more on Olive and her little journey, then I would have been all in. More of
a beach read. What was the one you said? More of a Greta James.
Actually, this Jamie Brenner.
Yeah, this could have actually been very much like a Greta James, which we haven't talked about in a while, but The Unsinkable Greta James by Jennifer Eastman.
Yeah.
I had as a book of the month, like 2.5 years ago, and I really liked it, and I gave it to Katey to read. And
I loved it.
It's a book I think about a lot, but it is about a woman like grieving her father who has passed away
on a cruise.
So, but she's also like I imagined her very much like Saint Vincent.
It was a good beach read, but not a light beach read.
Right. Like I think about that book pretty often, and I remember finishing it and being like, okay, I don't quite know how I feel about it. And then like the more I've like thought about it, the more I like, oh, I really loved that book.
It was one of those where like at the end of the year, I always go through the books that I've read throughout the year and I add them to like a tag on Storygraph that's like my favorites so that I can go back and recap for this podcast, but also just in general. And that was one of the ones that there are some that I immediately add to my favorites list, but that was one of the ones that I didn't add until I was going back through what I had read. And I was like, you know what? I really did like that book.
Yeah, I'm excited to read what she writes next because I thought it was incredibly good.
Yeah, I can find.
But to our point, this could have been that with a little, because Greta James does have a little hint of romance.
Yep.
And I was so much more interested in like Olive unpacking her relationship with her dad, and either Olive as a character was just like not willing to do that, or that just like wasn't the point of the book. I feel like perhaps Lizzy Dent like sold this as a romance and then boxed herself into writing a romance where it didn't necessarily need to be a romance.
Right.
And maybe that's where it didn't work for me. But yeah,
I got approved for the Jennifer E. Smith and I requested it this morning.
Okay.
It's called Fun for the Whole Family.
Oh, excellent.
And the cover is what appears to be a family of four sitting on a couch. Four siblings, once inseparable, bond created by the absence of their dazzling mother, who would return for a few weeks each summer to whisk them off on sprawling road trips around the country. Decades later, they haven't spoken in years until an out-of-the-blue text arrives from one of the siblings, who's a famous actress, summoning them to a small town in North Dakota. They all go to North Dakota, and then someone is keeping secrets.
Sold. Great. All right, I'm
gonna read that like tomorrow.
Yep, gonna go home and request that one. So also disclosure, I bought The Summer Job like 3 years ago, and I started it, and I don't know if I'll ever truly be able to read it because my husband's a Somm. But
yeah, I don't think it's for you.
That's all right. Good to know.
Yeah.
I also hated Sweet Bitter. So
see, I loved Sweet Bitter, but I did not like The Summer Job. I also read Sweet Bitter when I was fairly young and did not have good friends who work in restaurants.
Yeah.
So it's possible that 32-year-old Katey would not enjoy it as much.
Yeah, I think I read I think I got through a third of it, and I was like, yeah, people in restaurants do Coke. Cool. I knew that.
Well, I think we've gotten to our overall thoughts is that it could be really good.
It could be so good.
And there were a lot of things that were really good.
Yes.
And I will get whatever Lizzy Dent writes next because I'm on the fence enough that I'll give her a third swing.
Mm-hmm.
But Lizzy, if you're listening, please, my girl,
maybe
just take us on a little adventure.
Yeah, with a little hint of romance,
a little
perhaps.
touch, a little touch.
Maybe a hot hookup.
Maybe a hot hookup, or again, like Greta James. He's kind of just also there.
He's along for the ride.
Yeah. What are you? I'm assuming you finished this today.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna pick up next?
Ooh, I could pick up Swiped, which we talked about last episode because you loaned it to me.
Yeah, what a delightful ride that was.
Yeah, and I have it on my coffee table right now. But if I'm smart, I need to just start ACOTAR.
You should.
Yeah, because we've got, what is it?
Like
2-ish weeks.
So our next episode is not going to be the live episode. It'll be the one after that because of how the dates are going to fall.
Yes. So again, as a reminder, our live show is August 31st.
At 2 p.m. at the Hilton in downtown Austin. And it is at the Fae Ball in Austin, Fae Ball Austin. If you just Google that, you can find it. Or you can go to GalaxyCon's website and find it. Use the code %pod, as in 50% pod, but without the 50, for 25% off. A Saturday pass is only $50 before that 25% off. Team, let me do the math for you without, I'm sure there are fees, so sorry for that. But $50 minus 25% is $37.50. That's a steal.
That's pretty good.
That's less than 2 hardcover books.
Less than 2 hardcover books. That's basically an afternoon at the movies, especially if you go to the Draft House.
Basically an afternoon at the movies. It's less than you'll spend on a night out.
And we're not even the only thing to see.
Exactly.
There's other stuff.
Exactly. You can buy a Saturday pass and see us and plenty of other stuff. Authors.
Yeah.
Authors, many of whom we're not that familiar with, that I'm really excited to learn more. I'm excited to dip my toes deeper into the romantasy.
There's at least
trenches.
one who loves Taylor Swift. We're gonna find her. Yep.
We're gonna have a little too much wine and talk her ear off.
Man, I can't
is what I suspect
wait.
will happen. But come have too much wine with us and talk our ears off.
I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be really fun, and I'm excited to finally know what everyone's fucking yapping about with ACOTAR, I guess.
What am I reading next? Hang on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm currently rereading ACOTAR, and I'm actually listening to the audiobook, which is a full cast audiobook with sound effects and everything. It is more well done than the Honeymoon Crashers in terms of immersion.
Yes.
But it's still a little jarring. The sound effects are still a little cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I'm rereading ACOTAR, re-listening to ACOTAR, which my dear husband Ryan listened to with me for a bulk of the drive home from the beach, and he actually really enjoyed it. So that'll be interesting. I just finished reading, and I read it in less than a day, this book that's not coming out until March of 2025. So sorry to the people.
Oh, you have to wait almost a year.
Sorry. But it showed up on my NetGalley because it was on the NetGalley most requested. And for one thing, the cover really got me.
Ooh, that's
It's called Saltwater. It's by Katie Hayes. It's a thriller, but it felt like the book version of this most recent season of The White Lotus. It's set in Italy, mostly Capri. And it's family drama. People die. Multiple perspectives, multiple timelines. I could not put it down. I could not put it down.
Okay, great.
Perhaps more distance from it may make me more or less enthusiastic about it, but it's the first book in a long time that I stayed up way too late last night reading it.
Ooh, wow, that's a strong recommendation.
I really liked it. And apparently Katie Hayes wrote another book called The Cloisters that was a New York Times bestselling book, which I will be downloading immediately. So maybe that's my next book.
I am also very soon off the hold for Martyr, which I know you own.
Yes, I do own it. You can take it with you. It's right there.
I know. Well,
Somewhere.
I can't take it right now because
you got too many of my books piling up.
I got too many books, man. Too many books. So,
all right. Well, we will see y'all next time.
Hopefully in person in 2-ish weeks.
Hopefully in person in 2.5-ish weeks. But you will hear from us just before that.
Just before that.
Yep. Cool.